Okay, well, welcome and good morning to all of you. Hard to believe it is September the 30th, 2023. Um, Gosh, I think I've never, many of you on this screen and many of you that will watch this recording after, um, I just can, I look at you guys and I say, man, I just know who you are, but I've never met you in person. So it's just so much, uh, time we spent together just kind of going forward as we develop this company. I want to say come October 26th, 27th, 28th, at our very first live event in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Those that have committed to come and are right now lining up to come, I can't wait to shake your hand. I can't wait to just look at y'all and say, hey, this has been a great journey, learning and earning together, putting the platform, developing it as a team, working through the course corrections that we've had to do to make sure that we are 100% compliant and so on. All of that fun stuff has been a team effort. So today I want to kind of summarize a little bit of that for you and see where it's all come together on a kind of this step 1, 2, 3 program, our postcard program that currently is available, and just lead up to what I believe will be an incredible 2024 for those of you that have been participating in this early stage of the Collect Direct world. So when we talk about Collect Direct, for those of you that are really kind of in the know, I mean, we are a company that for all of 2023 have really been in this phase of let's get this right. Let's plan on having all of the things that we need ready for the future, right? And so as I go into this kind of topic today that we've been going over in the last little while, and I just want to summarize, if I can, I'm just going to eliminate this little screen here so I can see everything that I need to see on my end and move that out of the way. We've always stressed in Collect Direct that you get in where you fit in to learn how to point, click, and share. And that's our business model. And those of you that have been here will hear us often say, we're not guaranteeing you'll make a penny. We're not guaranteeing that there's money to be made here, but it is totally in your wheelhouse to do as well as you want to do when it's your decision. We always say that, and it's so important for us all to remember that there's a volunteer army of folks out there looking for something different to do. There's a volunteer army of folks out there that are really fed up of the old ways of doing some of the things in the network business or the home-based business industry, because they've been sharing potions, lotions, which are great. Don't get me wrong. I love all. I take every day. I take a regimen of supplements from the chosen company that I buy from. All of that is great, but when we looked at this particular industry and said, what about a category creator? What about a company that's never been done before? What about a product line that comes to the table already at 9,500 and growing, soon to be 10,000 items that you can point, click, and share from a shopping mall and let the world go and buy what they want and get in where they fit in, and you can get rewarded based on what they buy? The idea of that seems just so far out there because, it would take incredible amount of capital to create that kind of inventory in a shopping cart that you don't have to buy per se, but you could point, click, and share. And if somebody bought that, you could earn money. That concept almost doesn't seem possible. But we have an owner, CEO, Dave Jordan, who for 40 years has been committed to building an incredible amount of collections of products that are now available to you and I and who we choose to share this with. That's the philosophy of a Collect Direct independent representative. Who do I share this with? Do I share it with a customer that just says, hey, I've found something that I've been looking for in this amazing shop collections portfolio of products? Or I have a really good friend of mine that's struggling a little bit and could sure use an extra little bit of cash or a little bit of excitement in their lives because they're bored, and man, wouldn't it be great to go back to when we were kids and do something together? Or maybe I'm in business right now and I just see how much risk I have in my traditional space, and wouldn't it be great if I didn't have to buy all this inventory and put it in a warehouse and store it and pay somebody to secure it and have all of the stuff that goes with trying to find the eyeballs to find what I have in my warehouse? That's risk. And that model today is struggling in the traditional world. We see it. All you need to do is go to just every business magazine out there, and people are worried. People are worried because the banks aren't lending money like they used to. And it's a struggle to know how much inventory to actually buy to know if you could sell it all. And that risk right there I have good friends right now that have millions of dollars of inventory that has now been written down to 10 and 15 and maybe $30,000 worth of value because they've had to depreciate it because nobody could buy that inventory. And that right there is a model that is out there in the world, in our traditional business world. I'm no different. I have inventory in my traditional company that I've now owned, that I bought for millions of dollars back in 2007. I have inventory that I've had to write down. I at one time had 6 stores. And during the growth phase of my mind, which was go big or go home, I lost millions. I had to come up with a way to either go back in and figure this out or walk away. And I'm not a walk away guy. So I did what I had to do. And now this company with one location has doubled in size. Why? Because I learned how to get eyeballs to the location, but I still have the risk. I have employees that may or may not show up. I have inventory, as I said, that's going bad or damaged or falls off a truck or a customer doesn't like and forces me to take back, but it's out of the package. All of these things are risk in business. And for us to understand why this is so exciting, to know that, number one, we don't have to fill our truck full of products, put them in a warehouse and hope that it sells. We can point, click, and share a warehouse, actually over 40,000 square feet of warehousing, to our friends, family, and or the eyeballs that we learn how to market to. And that learn how to market to is where you have to do your own research, plus listen to some of the experts that will be available to offer that to you when we get to October 26th, 27th, and 28th. Compliant ways to post things, compliant ways to show things in a market, and so on. All of this is being done behind the scenes to you, the viewer, the person watching this recording that is interested in spending once a year $9.98 to be a member, an independent representative of Collect Direct, a company that in vision happened in 1998, but in reality actually launched August 1st, 2023, during the learning month for us to get our system right, and then adjusting month in September for us to go forward, getting ready for our actual we are going for it month in October as all of our systems come together. So by the end of October, you guys, you folks out there, my friends, the folks you that have trusted this process for the last 7 months, will have what we believe is the ultimate get in where you fit in, learn how to point, click, and share business. That's Collect Direct. And as I share that with you, I want you to really get sort of an understanding, if I can, with this concept, the concept that it's about the numbers and they don't lie. When I look at my history in the network marketing industry and the fact that I understood very early that I had to go to work, it is not net get rich marketing, it's net go to work marketing. It really is. And I realized that I had to contact people. I had to share what it was that I was excited about. And the world today is so incredibly awesome when it comes to the way we have technology on our side. Now, technology can be scary. I watch my wife hold the remote control still to this day and shake it and say, how do I make it work? Some folks are not the most technical people. So we have to come up with more traditional ways for them to share this information. But the numbers don't lie. And as I share this with you, you can see a step-by-step process of saying, well, what do you mean by the numbers don't lie, Doc? Well, I personally have discovered many, many years ago a process called 6421. And the numbers don't have to actually work this way, but it's a good way for you to think. If I contact 6 people, there is going to be some curiosity. Now, here's the real thing about that step. Don't lead with everything about the company, everything you know about the company. That's called a toolbox that you have in your control. You never want to give it all up front. You never want to say, here's everything I know, blah, 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 and it all comes out, because that's overwhelming. And you got to remember, if somebody's curious, they don't want to think in that moment that they have to know everything you know. So it's so important for you to do what's called a curiosity post. Something like I've seen recently, by some of our members that are holding up something they got from Collect Direct and said, look what I got. And they're looking for that message back that says, where did you get that from? You see, that curiosity post from the person that said, I'm going to contact 6 people, but I want somebody to say, hey, what is this? That curiosity should come from about 4 people out of contacting 6 people properly. And when we say properly, there's a wide variety of ways to do that. And I'm going to show you one today. But the 2 that may buy something are important because they generate a retail reward. And that retail reward comes from whatever they buy off of the shopping cart. Remember, you're going to see 10,000 items, individual items. And some of them I have, even on my behind me, Mad Magazine or a figurine or a Funko Pop or a hockey card or a baseball or something from NASCAR or the Beanie Baby craze that was back in the early 90s, I think, and carried on now, and it's come back because people are realizing, wait a minute, these are great collectibles. Cabbage Patch dolls that my wife, the story she tells all the time about her and her sister, that her mom could only afford one because her mom was a single mom because her dad had died in a mining accident and they couldn't afford things. But that Cabbage Patch thing was so huge back in the day, and they ended up sharing one. Or my wife at that time told her mother, give it to my daughter, my sister, because she can use it more than me, my younger sister. All of those stories of the past is why Collect Direct will be so big. You see, we say 2 things here. We say, get in where you fit in to earn retail rewards. And we also say, we're bringing the past to your future. And we underline the word your because it's not about me, it's about you, right? And you have to think that way when you start talking to a member, potentially a member that you want to have join your organization or join your efforts to go out there and maybe go to a football game or a hockey game and have the ability legally to say, hey, I want to give you this. And folks, I was at a football game last night at a tailgate for the team that I love here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and there were little ones walking up our tailgating area having us buy what's called Grey Cup cards, right? Where you scratch the card and you get a number, and by the time the game goes on, you might win something in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. These little entrepreneurs were walking around through the group handing out these little Grey Cup cards. Then I had somebody else come along and offer up their business window company. They walked around and they were say, hey, if you ever need windows, here you go. And they had thousands of people that were in a very positive mood in this parking lot area of the tailgating for the football game. And everybody wasn't telling them to get lost. They were taking the information. Some of them would throw it in the garbage. That's why it's important whenever you have a marketing piece that it's not very expensive. Because once again, 6 people may have 4 that get curious. 2 might say, man, I'm going to keep this. And one of those people are liable to say, tell me about your windows or tell me about Collect Direct. These numbers will not lie. And I give you just an example here for somebody that says, what would $400 a month do for me if I could find a way to point, click, and share to earn retail rewards, or build a team that wants to contact 6 to get 4, to get 2, to get 1? What would $400 do for me? Now, this is just a little example that you're looking at here. Let me just get a sip of my tea. And it says, well, if somebody bought, and I can do this math because it's actually proper, somebody bought an actual graded item for $119, that would be a $20 retail reward to you. And maybe that happened twice. Or maybe somebody bought a $59 item off the website and that paid you $10. And then somebody bought 2 $29 items off the website and they paid you $5 each, and there's $40 total, right? Maybe that comes from you getting these folks buying stuff from your website just as a customer. They don't have to be a member. Remember, customers do not have to spend the massive amount of money we ask for you to be a member, $9.98. They can just buy what they want, but you get paid if they were the eyeballs that you found to look at your website. And we show you how to do that over and over again. Now, one of them says, man, I'd like to get started here, Don. You must be doing fairly well. Yeah, I'm really having a lot of fun. And why, by the way, fun is so important to lead with, because nobody is going to work for you. They are independent representatives. So if this becomes a fun environment, my gut says they're probably going to want to know more. So that's part of the curiosity. Keep it fun, have enthusiasm, and point, click, and share your links to them and get them to potentially join with one of our sample order packs. Or, and by the way, a sample order pack is not anything other than one of 12 collections of products that Dave's team puts together and then sends you a gift the next month. So it's just a great starting point. And for most of us, anything you do to get started that you're not reselling, right, because you want to use it as a demo piece, is a tax deductible expense to start your business. It's a really important part of, understanding the advantages of being in a home-based business, because there are many tax deductions. And, more time will be spent on that, in particular at the conference on the 27th, because we're going to teach you a little bit about that. We have an expert going on stage to tell you a little bit about that, because we want to bring value for your $9.98. And by the way, those of you that are coming to that event in Sioux Falls, it's free if you qualify. And qualifying for it started in August, because some of you said, hey, I'm buying a sample order. And some of you said, hey, I want to build a team and generate volume, so I'm going to independent reps that might join me. And you created volume, because in Collect Direct, nobody can buy a rank. As you advance, it's because of the efforts of your customers acquiring products and your members generating volume. That's called qualifying volume. I share that with you because some of you already are qualified to come to the event, many of you, on October 26th, 27th, 28th in Sioux Falls. The very first I Was There event. And that's what it's called. I Was There in 2023. The beginning of what we all from in behind the scenes feel will be an absolute masterpiece of a huge company going into 2024 and beyond. Now, I've gone a lot in a circle here, but I'm back to the same thing. What if $400 could change your life a month? Roughly $4,600 or $4,800, whatever that number ends up being for you, if you learned how to find this independent, rep, or find these customers that want to buy. Folks, it can be smaller than this. It can be more than this. I'm just giving you an example. And again, not guaranteeing anything. So I want you to understand that if you take the basic steps that we're constantly talking about, before I go into the actual little bit of the compensation plan in a summary format today, so that it'll be easier for your new people to say, okay, I get it. Remember the step that you have to start with. How am I going to start? Do I want to buy just a membership? And by the way, it is your choice. If you were to start with $9.98 and become a member of Collect Direct, you're going to get a website link that'll be personalized for you. You're going to be able to share the company website with all the shopping cart items. And if you set yourself up as a business member, independent wise, you're going to have a shopping cart that's connected, in theory, I'll describe this to you, to your bank account. What do I mean by that? If somebody buys something, you'll be able to direct from the shopping cart the amount of commission that's associated to every item you buy to your bank account, or to your method of receiving the funds, which are in option form for you, because you have different ways you can receive those funds. And so that's step one. Okay, so if I just become a member, I have opportunity. But if you want to duplicate, if you want to get this business to the point where, how did I start? Somebody says to me, Don, how did you start? Well, I'll tell you how I started, and this is a fact. I bought a sample order. I bought a sample order of hockey. And some of the items that came to me in my sample order are behind me here. I've got some great figures of the Detroit Red Wings. I've got some cards that I value now that were graded, a Connor McDavid rookie card, all licensed goods, right? And that's why this works, because these products can be shipped because they're licensed. There's no ingredient here that could go out of date or can't be allowed to ship to a certain country, right? So we are started currently with Canada, the United States, and Australia. But at some point, Collect Direct's goal is to go global, right? And global meaning strategically opening up the countries that the company can handle the growth. So important for you to understand that. If Collect Direct went at this like an eBay that has 135 million customers in the world, does billions and billions of dollars of sales, or an Amazon that has massive warehouses all over the world, and said, let's go do this, we would have imploded in a sense, because how would you handle that growth as a company that, first of all, is debt free, because we have all of the the goods that Dave has accumulated that's paid for. And we're not just talking about hockey cards. We're talking about exclusive cards, exclusive items that are one-offs that people in the world are looking for, that if they could get it, they would add it to their personal collection or their time capsule or their treasure chest, wherever you want to describe that, and use for their grandkids' future. Who knows what that means to you? But get in where you fit in, right? Then start with a membership. I started with a sample collection. I was able to say to the folks that asked me, how did you start? I bought a sample collection. Now, once I got into the business and I've chose how I want to start, I'm now looking at the bullpen, which I just bought and I just saw it shipped. And by the way, many of you that are now placing orders are seeing the system that is absolutely working seamlessly. An email, your order is going out the door. Here's the tracking number. That didn't exist just over a month ago. As we went from our August get it setup month to getting it right month to getting ready for our October event, everything is coming together. So buy a dugout collection. That's my step 2. If you go and look at what's in the dugout and see that you could have a $9.98 item, buy 10 of them from the collection that's there, from a wide variety of things. Just recently, I bought Kiss. I bought a car collector card set. I bought a country music collection set, so that I could get something that I could show the world the variety available. Now, I didn't look at each of those $9.98 items and say, wow, look at the value here. Am I ever going to take this and sell it and make money? No, no, no. It's part of my business setup. So that expense will be a tax deductible write-off for me, because I'm going to show those pieces and say, look at this item. Look at what I found. Look at this with my curiosity posts, my curiosity friendship meetings that I might have. Look what I found. Maybe it was a Funko Pop. Maybe it was a finger puppet. Maybe it's amazing what Dave has, right? And that curiosity, if I commit to this, not only does it give me 10 pieces to show and let people then go to my website link and maybe buy something that's of interest to them, I create volume. You see, our business is about volume, and how I'm developing my thinking process is I want my team members to understand that volume is how we get paid. Yes, customer purchases also contribute to the volume. A customer does not pay the $9.98, so they can't earn money. They're not a member, but the volume of all of the customers of your team members does work for you. And volume is in the form of what we call either business volume or qualifying volume or Unilevel volume. And I'm going to touch on that in a little bit on this Zoom. So step 2, commit to this, folks. Step 2 is commit to this and actually say, hey, I'm going to get in where I fit in. I'm going to buy one of our sample orders or a dugout, or I'm going to buy some products off the website that I can hold up. So you could actually physically buy what you want and hold it up and go somewhere and say, look what I found, and let the curiosity work so they can get their effort to go to your link. And remember, your link will have collectdirect.com/ whatever username is available that you picked. It's yours. Nobody else can use that. They will find your business. Now, the step 3 part of this is then to get into the go for it mode, right? You have to make a commitment. If you commit to talk to 6 people a week or 6 people a day, it's your choice. But just remember, the numbers tend to work. And we have a great magazine, and the magazine is, again, for curiosity. It's called collectdirectmagazine.com, and that magazine can be shared for you to get people to be curious about what Collect Direct is and what is this collectible industry, and do that with 6 people and get to the point where all of a sudden 1, 2, or 3 people a day is leading you to earning some form of commission, right? And if you continue to look at this as, how can I do it? Well, then you want to start thinking about, okay, I've made a decision. I've bought a membership, $10, right? I've bought a dugout, or I've bought a sample collection, or eventually the bullpen when it's available, which is another package we're creating, which is very interesting that you'll see. But right now we have buy what you want from the shopping cart. It's all available. Buy a dugout, simple, 10 items, $9.98 each, or buy the sample collection, and then go and get our postcards. Now, folks, I just got mine, and I'm just going to grab one here. And this company, in all sincerity, is going to we started with this for a reason, right? We want to build the curiosity. We want to build the credibility of what Collect Direct really is. And when you look at this, and there's how you can order them, by the way, right there, collectdirectcards.com. If you look at ordering this postcard, let's see how the vault might get opened if you want to share to people what's inside. Well, what's inside is almost 10,000 already items for you to share. That's what's inside. And these QR codes are there for you to actually let people point, click, and share to your card. So if you want them to see what this magazine is, use the QR code on the front and say, hey, get a free magazine. And again, I think about the guys walking around that football game, handing these out to me saying, hey, you want to buy my windows? Or the kids saying, you want to buy my Grey Cup cards for my fundraiser? These cards are personalized to you once you order them. And on the backside, you show them and say, hey, listen, if you like what you see in these magazines, go look at the items that I have for sale, or go look at the items in the shopping experience and see if you find anything, or you can find a gift for somebody. That's our business. This little postcard, everything's right here. It's your business link, it's who you are, and it's credibility. Now, there's more versions of this coming at our event in October, but this is the first one. And it's a great piece to really help you in your business. And as you do that, now you want to earn some money, right? So how do you earn money? So I want to touch on that in a very simple way today, so that this recording is a good one for you to share with your teams. So get in where you fit in to earn retail rewards. Now, the 8 bonuses, one of the ones that is my favorite, ultimately, I'm going to touch on a little longer than the other, is the Unilevel part of our pay. But I just want to touch on a few of these right today. So let's start off with the very first one. So if I was to think about retail rewards, what does that mean? Well, these are some sample order prices on the left. It says $29, $59, $119, $279, $549. Doesn't matter what that is. It could be a shopping cart that is built up to that price or close to it. There's an amount of volume called BV that will go into your tree, and we have 2 teams that we're building. There's an amount of commission you'll earn instantly next Thursday. We pay weekly, and that in that example would be $5 on that $29.98 shopping cart. Because you see, there's items on our site that'll be $9, and you may add up a $9, a $9, a $9, and you have it close to $29.98, and you can expect to earn $5 as a retail reward from your customers. Now, on the right-hand side, there's a qualifying volume. That's where during the month, you accumulate a number at the bottom of your tree that you see in your back office, a computer-generated back office that you get for your $9.98. And in there are the numbers being accumulated for you. And if your qualifying volume suddenly goes to 400 team volume on the left from folks and customers and 400 on your right, and you've contributed to both of those teams by bringing your customers and your members there, you can advance to our superstar level. And that has some advantages, right? So as you look at this, what about your members? Well, we call it a fast start. And it's important for you to understand that the numbers are identical on the first order for your members. So if a member buys a $29 item, you're going to make $5. But if a member comes back and says, I really want to buy some more of these things because I'm handing them out as lost leaders, and that term lost leader means I'm going to give this away to get some curiosity, to get them to maybe get 4 of them curious, 2 of them might buy something, and I might end up with a member. Those numbers don't lie. So as I say this to you, the second time they come back, you don't get the $5 from the members purchase, but you get larger business volume. And the business volume is how we get paid on a weekly basis for team effort, right? And then we get rewarded for coaching and teaching those folks to understand this. The 20 QV is always the same. If it's a first or second order, if it's a customer order or a member order, those numbers are the same. But folks, understand that the qualifying volume is only for that month you're doing this. The next month, it actually goes away and starts all over. So we qualify in the month of September to be at a level that we wanted to reach for the month of October. And we stay there for all of October. Then we take October and we say, okay, where do I want to be come November? And you qualify in the month of October to see where you want to be in November and beyond. All of those things have rules and that you can look and understand, but I wanted you to understand the basics of why do you not get a $5 commission on the second order of your members? Well, you get a bigger business volume. And that's why we call subsequent orders. Dual Team BV subsequent orders, all second, third, fourth, fifth orders. Now, there's a quick video that I want to share with you, and then we'll come back.
So you want to earn rewards. Just point, click, and share your website link, and let the team at Collect Direct go to work for you. Your customers or new members will make a purchase from our multiple priced and product options. The illustrations below show examples of sample order amounts, which for these examples would pay from $5 to $100 or more in a retail or fast start reward. Our system will calculate the rewards and volume earned and pay you accordingly on the next week's pay cycle. Retail and fast start rewards are paid on every customer and member's first order, as well as all customer reorders. We ship the product and pay you the following week. Plus, we place the appropriate amount of business volume into one of your team legs for future commission. It's as easy as that. See the compensation plan document for rules and payout amounts per sale, as well as what business volumes does for you and your potential earnings.
Okay, so you can see that the description I was giving you on the retail reward now is in a video form for your teams to see as a summary, right? That's our retail reward video. Now, let's go to another one of those 8 bonuses called a Unilevel. Now, the Unilevel is very exciting in my mind because you can have as many customers as you want around the globe that we operate in. And every time those customers order, they remain on your first level. You see, you've encouraged them to join, so they're on your first level. Now, they don't build a team, so they're always on your first level. So every time they come back and maybe their friends say, hey, can you go get me this from the shopping cart? You get paid a 5% Unilevel pay on that person's purchases. So we have a shopping cart, and you add the shopping cart up. We can give you a basic percentage. If you go back to one of our Zoom trainings, you're more than welcome to go to the Don Carson Collect Direct Zoom on YouTube on YouTube, and you'll see all of our videos there, and you can get a good idea of how the percentages work to get to the 5% of what. So, ballpark, I could say, okay, what if I had a shopping cart worth $279, right? And that shopping cart had what we call 125 Unilevel BV in it. Well, that's not BV for you to get paid, next Thursday off of what we call cycle pay, which I'll touch on right away. It's to get paid Unilevel pay. So 5% of 125 would be $6.25. So your customer buys something for say $279, and you made $50 fast retail reward, but you also get $6.25 Unilevel pay. Now let's talk about the membership. You bring in a member who brings in a customer. Well, that customer is on their first level, so they do get 5% of that customer's Unilevel pay volume, right? 125. If I'm using the 279 example again, well, they would get the 625, but you would get number level 2, 4% of that 125, and you would get that pay the next week, right? On a monthly basis. So we pay Unilevel pay, and it accumulates from all your customers' purchases, all of your members' purchases, and all your members, customers, and members' purchases. Depending on what your rank is advanced to, you may get up to 7 levels of Unilevel pay. And I honestly, folks, I've talked to a lot of very large team builders, and they're so excited about the Unilevel because they see the incredible customer focus we have here. See, Collect Direct will have more customers than it'll have members because people are looking for this stuff. They're looking for these treasures, and they want to acquire them for their own personal treasure chests, their own personal time capsules. And maybe it's so they can put it away for their grandkids. Because I'm sorry, there's no more antiques being made, right? An antique's an antique. It's no different than collectibles. Collectibles are in vaults or in warehouses or in trunks or in boxes buried underground or wherever, and they're not making any more of them, right? It just happens to be that Dave has millions and millions and millions of dollars worth and millions of items, and he's bringing them to our shopping experience. So Unilevel pay is important for you to understand the basics of. You can have as big a team as you want on the first level. Okay, totally understand that, but let's just watch the video so you can summarize it.
Do I get paid on every reorder of customers and members? Collect Direct is excited to pay up to 7 levels of customers and team members' monthly purchases inside our Unilevel payout plan. Not only does each item purchased create business volume in one of your 2 legs, each item has a dollar amount associated with that purchase that you were paid a percentage of. The number of levels you can get paid on is based on the rank you have reached in our compensation plan. This payout is like having multiple retail stores open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year around the world. Every order placed inside your personal Unilevel team potentially earns you a commission payout. See the compensation plan document for further details about how you are paid on first orders and second orders inside our Unilevel plan.
Okay, so now we've earned a retail reward. We've earned some business volume throughout our trees. Now it's time to say, what does that volume do for you? Well, we call it a cycle. You have 2 teams you're going to build in Collect Direct, a left team and a right team, and you may join somebody's right team or you may join somebody's left team. And our system has a allocator part of our back office that you point where you want the traffic to go. So you want to learn that as quick as you can, and that's inside the dual team viewer. You go to the dual team viewer, and in there it tells you which direction would you like your customers or your members volume to go. And as a rule, customer volume will always go into the weaker leg. So if one leg's bigger than the other, your customer volume will just go there. But if you want members to go to the left or members to go to the right, you have to tell the system that. So go in there really early when you start building. Now, folks, we do teach a concept that says bring your first couple of members or team members to the same team side you joined on. And we ask you to duplicate that process. It's just a theory. You don't have to do this. I'm just saying this is what I believe is a good way to do it. I say bring my first 2 or 3 to the team I joined on before I start on my other side. So if I joined on your left team, I'd bring my first 2 associates that I want to bring into the business with me on my left. And then I would teach them to do what? Okay, guys, bring your first 2 to the left. And what do you do with their people's people? Bring your first 2 to the left. That's how we infinitely build depth and volume. Now, the volume is paid out in this example here. 200 in business volume, which comes from every item that a customer or a member purchases on your left team, counts as business volume. Once it gets to 200, and if the other side has 100, that's called a cycle. And that number now pays you a $20 cycle pay, right? And that's when we really get excited about how to rank advance to get to the larger ability to earn inside our system, because the higher rank you are at, the more cycle pay you can earn. And you just have to go out there and say, okay, I'm in business for myself. So I want to build as many cycles. I want to build as many customers. I want to build as much volume as I want. And I can. It's my business. And I'm volunteering to do that because that's what I want to do. Cycle pay is very similar to understanding I have a team on the left and they're bringing their own team on the right or the left. But if you look at that illustration here, the entire group of people on the left, when I see it, we see the word you there, even though that IR, independent rep, on the left has started their team on the right for them, it's still your left because all volume generated on that IR's business, customers and members, counts for your left team volume. And as it goes to 200 or 100, because it does not matter in our system what side the 200 comes from or the 100. In fact, 1 week or a next, it can flip-flop. Now, what happens to the extra volume? If you have one team that's huge and it's building, that volume carries forward. And that means if you had 10,000 in volume on one side and 1,000 in volume on the other, well, that 1,000, if you divide that by 100 is 10, and you would take the 1,000 out of the left-hand side and double that because it's 200. So 200 into the 10,000 would mean I'd take 2,000 from the 10,000 and I'd be left with 8,000 carry forward banked volume. Next week, I'm starting with 8,000 in that example. That's how cycle pay works, and it's a great business model for you to build team effort. So let's watch the video on this to summarize it.
Would you like to earn money while you sleep? Collect Direct allows you to build 2 teams wherever we do business. This can be in your hometown or around the world. Each team is made up of 2 teams, which are a left and right team. The depth of the team is a combined effort of you and your sponsor, and above that sponsor, who all place members or customer volume in that leg to an infinite depth. We accumulate volume from every item that is ordered inside your legs, regardless of who sold or ordered. Visually, you will see the members, but your customers will not be visible. But the order volume will count in your smaller team for that order. All volumes, called business volume, fill that leg from the bottom up to you each week. We pay what's called a cycle payment of $20 for every time one leg has 200 BV and 100 BV in the other leg during that week based on the rank you have reached. See the compensation plan document for further details and to see cycle amounts you qualify to receive at that week's qualified rank.
Okay, so when we talk about the next part of that bonus structure of 8, we say, okay, do you get rewarded for helping others earn? We call it a matching check, but folks, it's coaching. You should get rewarded to help others earn, right? It's like, do you get rewarded if you're the coach of a little league player that goes on and becomes a junior hockey star, or a college football player that goes off and ends up getting an NFL contract or something like that? Well, I mean, you can argue that there's some rewards in other ways, yes, but in the networking industry, you get rewarded to help more people make some money more often. And that's our description of how much we value a team approach, right? We call it a matching check. And so I used the example of the superstar collector, which said I could advance to that if I generated qualifying volume from team and customers on the left of 400 and qualifying team volume on my right leg from the people that I put in there and the folks that are coming to that team. And I contributed to that, and there's rules to look at that. I would get the potential of earning 4 levels. Now, what are the levels when it comes to matching checks? Well, folks, if you brought me into the team, I would be your first level, which means if I earned $100 dual team commission on the video you saw a little earlier, well, you would earn 20% of that as a matching check. And then what if I had sponsored my friend Brett, who went off and generated a $300 commission the next week? Well, I would get, the person who sponsored me would get 15% because that would be on their second level, right? So they would get $30 and so on and so on. That's how you get paid in levels, and you can see the percentages. And you can also see the advantage of trying to rank advance based on your efforts. Remember, you're a volunteer here, volunteer army, right? You don't work for anybody. We're all independent representatives, right? That follow rules, but we have abilities to advance based on our efforts and the efforts of helping others succeed. So the matching check is a powerful way for you to get paid weekly for helping others earn and learn with you. Okay, so let's check that video out and summarize that for you as well.
Learn and earn and help your team members earn a dual team commission. This is an exciting way to help others succeed while getting rewarded for that coaching effort. Each rank allows you to be paid a percentage of your personally enrolled or connected to those personally enrolled members of your team members. So, if your personal enrolled member builds their own team and earns a $200 dual team commission one week, you can earn up to 20%, which for this example would be $40. The best part is you can earn up to 7 levels of personally enrolled members at a percentage illustrated in our compensation plan based on the level you qualified for. See the compensation plan document for further details and to see the amounts you qualify to receive at each level percentage-wise.
Okay, so now we're at the point where we're finishing off our step 1, 2, 3. I hope this compensation plan conversation and video helps reinforce a light bulb going on to understand it. No complicated, as my wife says, because this is all taken care of for you. Remember that massive amount of money it costs you to get started. $9.98, which is a once a year membership fee. That is totally your option. If you don't want to stay in the business, you can quit at any time. You could just say, hey, well, I don't want this anymore. Well, nobody's telling you to do anything here. It's your business. You get now all of this stuff at your advantage because the office Collect Direct is paying the people. Every item that's in the shopping cart has volume hidden inside there that pays you based on the efforts of your team and yourself. Now, I'm recommending those of you that are interested physically join our text broadcast to be part of these Wednesdays and Saturday type Zooms we do. So shoot this, add your telephone number there, and let us text you when we're doing one of these Zooms. I also recommend that you join our Facebook group because Collect Direct has a chance for you to see what's going on, see the members doing posts, see the excitement level of, hey, I got my postcards, all the things that are going on. Hey, I'm going to the convention. All of this is important. It's a community. I recommend you do join our community and understand some of the do's and don'ts. There's more of this coming in our social media broadcasts that are coming, and you'll learn more of that at our event in October. But it's all about helping you be a better you. And we try to help people get out of their own way in Collect Direct. Folks, here's how you register to come to our event in Sioux Falls. If you haven't already, the first room block is already sold out. We've got another hotel that you can go to the Facebook group and see the post that says, hey, where can I stay if I want to stay close by? Well, 8 minutes away is a second hotel. But go ahead and write that down or take a screenshot of this and then type it into your computer and get registered. Give us your ID number, tell us who you are, and come to the event. Dave and Joyce Jordan are complete heart-filled givers. And that event will be your first time ability to see who are you in business with. You're going to meet me, my wife, Nancy, and all the other folks that we've seen in these Zooms for the last 7 months. And folks, we see at times in our Zooms anywhere from 80 people to 300 people. But after that convention, you guys are the founders. You guys are the ones that are here at the ground floor in 2023. I was there, right? I was there in 2023. For the years to come, you're always going to be able to say, I bought a sample order. I got one of Dave's gifts. I got started and bought a dugout every month, or whatever you choose to do because it's your business, and you will celebrate from the years going on as we build the volume in this company. So I wanted to touch on some summary pieces for you today. Let me stop my share. I hope that helped you more than some of the things we've done in the past. And I'd like to, I'm looking at the time here. We got a few. I'd love to open it up to some questions. In particular, everyone just understand this. We have a coupon program right here on our postcard. For those of you that have ordered these, it says Save 5. Okay, you'll notice on the card, it's capital SAVE, and right connected to it, a space, a 5. Well, there's a decision that was made that says we need to come up with a different version of that as well. So I can tell you right now that that in the current system, but it's about to let both work. Okay, Save 5 will work, and let me also say it doesn't automatically populate the coupon for you. You've got to have that person put in Save 5. So currently, have them go SAVE in lowercase, right next to it, the number 5. It looks visually better because if we look at just capitals, the 5 can look like an S. We've heard that. So both will work very soon. We've talked to the coders, and they're making it so that lowercase SAVE and 5 will work today. Uppercase SAVE will work with a space 5 very soon, if not already. Why do I tell that to you? Because this is your option. It's not $5 out of the company's pocket. It's $5 out of your potential earning pocket. So if you're getting a commission on a $29 shopping cart order of $5, you'll get 0, but the customer will save the $5 on the purchase. Those of you that have never been in business are saying, well, why would I do that? Well, I'll tell you why. As an entrepreneur, I've spent $6 million out of my own pocket at one of my companies in the past to drive television eyeballs to my infomercial, which then called my call center, and all of that was expensive, right? And that was called the cost per inquiry. I paid, if I sold 20 items, I divided it by that month's transaction of maybe $1 million and said, well, it cost me X for that person to buy today. Well, you got to acquire customers. So giving away $5 of your commission on maybe a $100 order where you might have got a $20 commission and now you get 15, folks, customers are going to be the lifeblood of Collect Direct. So I'm encouraging you to never think of that $5 as a loss. Think of that $5 as a gain, because that customer, you're going to encourage them to keep what? Coming back. Come back and buy something else, because every week there's more items being added. And I don't know if you guys have been going, but right now there's incredible items going on every day that Dave's loading. And eventually they will be scrambled, and there'll be multiple images on there. And our new shopping experience will actually allow you to pick a category and zoom in on the price. That's all coming. Go back to some of our Zooms from the past couple of weeks, or the Wednesday Zooms when I had Casey on. Find those Zooms and you'll see what's coming in our shopping experience. Okay. The second thing I want to touch on is that our current shopping view used to have 2 words called the How It Works video. We've removed one and added a second shop collection. For those of you that are promoting to customers right now, it's easy for them to get to the collectible space real quick now. Okay. So we've made that change. And finally, let's answer some questions, and we'll finish this off and let everybody get onto this incredible Saturday. It's beautiful weather here in Winnipeg, and I plan on doing what? Yard work, because that's what you do in the fall in Canada before the big snowstorms start coming. We got to get our grass ready for the winter. Anybody got any questions or a summary, or want to make a comment on how I approached this today for all of you on this recording?
Hey, it's Frank here in sunny Vegas.
Yes, Frank. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Don, I think that was just fantastic. I think it's probably the best compensation presentation I've seen in 7 months. Congratulations.
Awesome.
We love it. Keep it coming.
Appreciate that, Frank. Yeah, we wanted to, I've heard a lot of comments from a lot of you saying that there's so much numbers, there's so much this and so much that. Folks, you're going to learn all that. And I apologize if I went over it. And my wife gives me heck all the time because she doesn't like numbers. But this is a way to summarize. And folks, those videos are there for you to use, and they will be more and more available to you as this website comes to develop. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate your comments. Anybody else want to chime in?
Hey, Don, it's Chauncey. I have a question for you.
Yes, yes.
I've had 3 customer purchases. One this week was a little over $70, and I'm still showing 0 in. It went to my PV. I noticed like where it says PV, but all the other V's, they're showing 0. So I'm not sure if I need to.
Nope.
What to do on that?
No. So you have to understand, we are a weekly payout, right? So anything that happens this week won't get paid till next Thursday. Okay.
Right.
So the volume is there, it's being accumulated, it'll populate, and what'll happen is you'll see that volume and you'll get that paid next Thursday. Don't worry, it's all there. Dave's system and the business volume happens on a weekly basis. So sometimes carry forward takes a week to get back into your system when you don't get paid on the dual team, but it will show up there. So don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah. I have one from August.
Hey, by the way, congratulations on your customer sales.
Thank you. I'm so excited. I have one from August and one from the first week of September that I still haven't seen, but I can email. I just wanted to.
Yes. Now, if there's one that's missing from August, that's part of the coding that was changed in August, and they do know where that is. So yes, I would email support@collectdirect.com. And again, I don't know if you guys all have been experiencing this, but they're doing an amazing job.
Oh, no, they're totally amazing. Everything has been great. I just didn't know exactly what I should do. And I didn't realize that it shows in arrears. So when you purchase this week, it won't show until next week on the V's, on all the V's.
Yeah, exactly.
But
exactly.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate your comment. Anybody else?
Oh,
Yeah, Don.
Yes.
You said the business volume carries over every month. The qualifying volume, does that start over every month for us to qualify for that month to be ranked?
Yes, QV is a monthly qualifier for you to rank advanced in that month to be that ranked the next month. Then starting October 1st, you'll see 0 on the QV and you start accumulating again.
Okay, thanks.
BV carries over. BV is what you're actually getting paid on, business volume.
Right.
Qualifying volume is so you can rank advance. So, and we always say this, nobody can buy a rank in Collect Direct. You've got to earn it, right? So it's all about the volume generated from your team members and your customers, and that qualifying volume moves you up. The business volume rewards you next Wednesday, and that's the why.
So we keep the rank, but we can go up in rank.
Yes, you don't go down in rank from an executive title standpoint, but here's an example. Once you go to the diamond level in our business, you're not always going to be paid as a diamond level if you're not maintaining the volume as a diamond. You can go to our convention, you'll be recognized with the rewards for being a diamond, but you may fall back to superstar in the rank. But remember this, if you finish the month as a diamond and you are not showing as a diamond in October, you're still a diamond in pay. What they're showing in the back office is, where's my new rank tracking to get to the next month? But you're still where you finished the last month, and you will get paid as the last month's volume member for the entire next month. It's just during that month you have a chance to move up.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I see Jeff. Go ahead, Jeff.
That was me.
Oh, that was you, Jeff. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't realize that. Sorry. Appreciate your comment. Anybody else? Oh, I see a hand up there. You just have to unmute yourself. Go ahead.
It's Don. I'm speaking from Sydney, Australia.
Welcome.
Yeah. I'm sorry, it's a bit early in the morning here. Anyway, I have an issue with my link name, my link, you know, when
Okay.
people try to type it in, it doesn't come up with anything, you know, it
Are you
doesn't
talking
go
about-
to,
Are you talking about your replicating link for your website?
yes.
Okay. So let me give you a tip on that right now. You go into your, because you have a back office, you've been in your back office, correct?
Yes,
Go to the dual team viewer,
yes,
or go to home, and
Yep.
you'll see 3 red images. One will say dual team viewer, one will say Unilevel pay, and one will say replicating link.
yes,
Click on that and you'll see your link. Copy that link. You just hold your mouse on that and says copy link. Now, when you copy link, it'll sit on your, whatever you're on, your phone or your mouse, and you go to the text and paste it. And that exact way it is showing that replicating link is how you will actually have that person open up your website. Try
Okay,
that.
all right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? No? Okay, folks, I think we've got about 1 hour, maybe about 55 minutes. I'm going to post this as soon as I can. Buck, go ahead, my friend. I see your hand up.
Yeah, a question on the code for the disc, getting the $5 off. The code, I noticed somebody made a comment that the code is capitalized on their card. I just ordered day before yesterday, and I assume my card's gonna come where the code is capitalized, but in order to use the code, it has to be lowercase letters. Is that going to be changed soon?
Yes, no, for sure. It's actually, it may already work. I'm not sure because it was discussed. But Buck, here's 2 ways to approach this. One, if yours is capitalized, and currently it works only with the small letters with the number 5, there's your effort now to work with your customer in this example. If you're interacting with them and saying, hey, if you'd like $5 off, here's what I'd like you to do. You can get $5 off by going lowercase save 5. But if you don't, and you hand out a card at a swap meet or something, it will work. It's about to work. And I promise you it'll work. They know that and they're changing it. So both versions will work. The capitalized version and the smaller version.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks, buddy.
And I gotta tell you, these things are amazing, and they really are.
One last
How long-
question, Don.
Yes. Go ahead.
The cycle pay,
Yes.
when you got the 100 and 200 BV on one side and the other side,
Yes.
that cycles for every $20 up to $100,000 weekly.
Yeah. So if you are at the top of our rank advancement schedule, you could earn 100,000 US per week. Now that's like ridiculous amount of money, but it is in our plan. So those people that advance to the Crown Ambassador level or whatever level you reach, you will have the potential. It's your choice. You're the volunteer army here. You go to work. And if your team builds this up to that volume, the answer is yes, you could earn 100,000 US on just cycle pay. But here's the best part. I'll guarantee this to you. This is the only thing I'll guarantee in our compensation plan. If you're earning 100,000 US per week on the dual team pay, somebody in your team is earning some money. And you're getting a matching check on them too. You're getting a Unilevel pay on them too. And you're earning global shares on all that business as well. So 100,000 is just one part of the comp plan. The rest of it pays you as well. So I know of folks that are so excited about earning in the Unilevel, and they feel that will be the biggest part of their payout. So I want you to understand, yes, 100,000 is a lot, but that's not all there is. There's more coming, isn't there?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Anybody else?
Thank you.
Okay, guys, I think I'm going to sign off and get out to my yard work. We'll see you on Wednesday. Don't forget, register for the event. Dave needs to know, and we're going to have a cutoff, by the way, on that registration. The cutoff will be announced over the next week or so, where he's going to have the actual numbers, because he's buying you dinner. He's paying for lunch. He's doing some things to train and bring in athletes in that are going to be there to motivate you and to let you understand the big potential of what this company's doing as a slingshot for 2024. I'm excited. I'm jacked. I just know everything I'm seeing is working and seamlessly coming together. Jimmy, I haven't chatted with you for so long, my friend. I love hearing your voice. Could you just come off mute and say, have a great Saturday to me, just so I can hear that great voice of yours? No? Can't do it on your phone? I'll ask you to unmute. There you are. No, can't. Oh, you can't push that button. There you are.
Don, hear me now.
I can hear you. I missed your voice, buddy.
Well, I'm still very fired up. Okay, I mean, I'm amazed at where we've gotten in what I consider a short period of time. I know some of the people on here listening are thinking, "Man, we're taking a little while here and there," but we're not. This is amazing what you and David Jordan have done to launch a company. I'm fired up. Okay, so have a great weekend. I'm going fishing. See ya.
I love you, brother. Awesome. Okay, everyone, you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you on Wednesday. Go point, click, and share. Love the customers. Sales starting to happen. Have fun. Take care.